Hey, do you want to know how to become an irresistible magnet to not only the man, but everything you desire of your dreams? Hey, I'm Antia Boyd, creator of the Magnetize The Man Method. And I have to tell you, those are very unconventional tips that I'm going to give you today that will make your life so much easier. Stop struggling and being it with heart, but having it be effortless. We're going to parties and effortlessly meeting men. So tip number one, how to become an irresistible magnet, is actually, believe it or not, really focusing on yourself. Focusing on your, I call it energy field, right? Now, when I say energy field, like, what do I actually mean by that? It's, you know, when you walk into the room and you send out certain vibrations, right? And a certain essence that people get to feel, but they don't even know why they feel that, right? But it's just very like unique to you, right? So that's your energy, right? And your energy can be really big, right? Or it can be also really tight and very small. And I really recommend like making sure you have your energy to yourself, right? So making sure you're grounded, making sure you stay in your body when you talk with the other person, with a man, for example, when you walk into the room, right? Because think about it, a magnet is a magnet because it stays the same. It doesn't give like all its power away, right? It does the opposite. It actually brings all the attention to itself, right? And let me tell you, when I started doing this, things shifted for me dramatically, right? Because before I was doing that, I was really dissipating my energy, meaning like the energy goes up, down, sideways, in all kinds of directions, right? I forgot what I wanted to say. And now, right, like, of course, I'm married for 5 years to the man of my dreams, right? But in addition to that, like now, it's really about, I now know I'm setting my intention, right? I know what I desire to have when I walk into a room, when I walk into, we just got a dream place that we wanted, right? So whatever we want to create in our life, right? We were talking in this point, like how to attract your man to you, right? So tip number two, how to become irresistibly magnetic, is really breaking through your shadows. Now, what do I mean by that? So shadows are judgments, right? That you have to yourself. So for example, you become so sexy to men if you have a wide range. Well, I should talk this tip number three, right? But it's part of tip number three because when you step into your shadow, you get to play your range, right? You get to be angry. You get to be sad. You get to be super happy and super silly and super, you know what I mean? Like in all kinds of different ways, right? And the biggest thing is like you're very trustworthy, right? So not only are you interesting, you become actually very charismatic. There's a lot of research out there on charismatic people, and one aspect is that they can have a very, very wide range of emotions they can play in, and they can really be flexible within that and easily transition through that, right? So that's tip number two. And then tip number three, well, I already said that before, right? It's really like increasing your range, right? Which is actually happening through stepping into your shadow, right? Because for example, when you judge yourself that when I'm angry, I'm the angry bitch, right? Or if you judge your inner wild woman, right? Like you're not going to allow yourself to go into the anger because you think it's unreasonable, it's illogical, you know, it's certainly not competent. I mean, whatever it is, right? Especially if you're a perfectionist, right? Or sadness, right? If you're like, no, sadness is only for weak people, it's for victims, I'm strong, I'm an endurer, I got it all together, right? Then you will not be able to play on that range, and then therefore you will not really be authentically yourself, and you cannot be magnetic, right? It's just not possible. It's going to be really hard for you because you have to suppress part of you and you're sending out part of you, right? So you're sending mixed signals. And then, of course, you attract people, specifically men, into your life who are also sending you mixed signals, right? Ever heard of the guy who ghosts you? Ever heard of the guy who is an emotionally unavailable man? Those are the guys that are exactly mirroring back to you the relationship you have with yourself. So those are my 3 tips for today. So if you're like, gosh, Auntie, I'm really struggling with that, and I don't even know really how to overcome my shadow, how to even uncover what I judge, what I don't judge, what's important to judge, what's not important to judge, right? How to bring the energy back to myself, how to be constantly self-aware of myself and not be with other people's energy all the time, right? I don't know how to do that. Then I invite you to come on a Magnetize the Man clarity call with me, where we get crystal clear on what are the internal blocks for you, the internal dialogues, how you think, how you talk yourself out of it, who you give the benefit of the doubt. There's so many different aspects that we're going to be looking at, right, that are really getting in the way of you becoming congruent and aligned so you can easily attract the man that you really want to desire in your life. So for that, hop on over to magnetizetheman.com and grab your slot as long as they last. All right, ladies, this is it for today. Much love to you. Take care. And don't forget, dreams do come true. Mwah!